Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This video is going to be showing you how I uncoil my Erin Condren and cover the holes and then repunch it to fit my A5. I've had a lot of questions about this. The last time I did it was the first time I did it, and I didn't record it because I didn't know if it was gonna work. But I have been using this A5 planner from Carpe Diem, which actually I'm kind of ready for a new one. I've kind of been looking at a couple, but I want to wait till I can find one on sale because this one I've used it quite a bit, and the leather is just breaking just a little bit right there. It's still really functional, but it's just kind of like a purse. Like, I'm kind of over this color for now, and I meant to have a new one by winter time, and that didn't work because this is a great color for fall. I really liked the mustard, but anywho, so yeah, I'm kind of looking at either like a mint green or a like pale pink color, but anyways, besides the point, I'm going to be staying with an A5 ringed planner for the year. And if you guys want to see kind of like, here's this week's spread. So basically I've taken my Erin Condren hourly, and if you guys watch my channel, you've seen me like plan with this, so you guys kind of know what it looks like. But basically I've uncoiled my Erin Condren, and then I covered it, and then I repunched it with this A5 punch. Yeah, anyway, so I'm going to show you guys how I do that because I've had a lot of questions. I will say with the Erin Condren, I only have September through December in here. It does stick out a little bit at the ends, so it doesn't bother me. I know some people go through and like actually cut the tabs off, but yeah, it doesn't bother me that it sticks out a little bit on the end, and the top is fine. It doesn't stick out at the top at all. And so yeah, only, I would think without stickers, 6 months would be the max you could put in here. So I don't put the whole year in here at a time. Now with this planner that I'm going to be uncoiling, this is my cover, but this planner I bought on the Erin Condren like swap and shop, and it was a 2017-2018 vertical because I kind of wanted to try out vertical. So I got this for like 20 bucks, so like super cheap. So it does have a couple of like old monthlies and then the weekly. It is missing, it has like a couple weeks in from like last fall, and then it jumps to February. So because it doesn't have a consistent monthly overview until March, I am not going to be using the monthly overview. Now, if I miss it by March and I want to start using the monthly again, I will probably incorporate that. It's just not going to happen yet. So basically, since these are the wrong dates, I cover my planners with stickers anyways, with date covers and stuff. So I'm gonna like ignore the dates that are on here. I don't really care. I just want it for the weekly layout. This will be my first time planning, decorative planning in a vertical. So we'll see how that goes. But I figured since I have this planner and I have like, you know, almost a good year's worth of spreads. I did a couple rewind plan with me's in it last summer, but I have a good chunk of the year, so I figured I'm gonna just go ahead and punch it and use it, and if for some reason I absolutely hate the vertical, then I can check into ordering inserts or another planner. But yeah, I thought this was a cheap way to get my Erin Condren, since I'm gonna take it apart anyways. $55 is kind of expensive when you're gonna buy a planner to take it apart, but I truly love the Erin Condren paper and the layouts. The hourly is my favorite, but yeah, like I said, it just, budget-wise, this made more sense. So because I've had so many requests in the past of how I did this, I'm going to try to do a little tutorial here. And I will link the video, the original video that I watched to uncoil my planner, because I think it's really good. I don't know if this is gonna turn out to be a good tutorial, so I'll link hers because her uncoiling 101 video is very, very informative. But anyway, so you'll need your planner, and then you'll need some kind of cutter. I like this like craft paper cutter. And then you will need like labels or like sticker paper. I just found this on Amazon. It's just a white matte one-sided sticker paper. It's not removable. You don't removable because I think that would come apart. I already have a couple of strips cut from the last time I did this, which is helpful for the sizing. And then you will need some kind of like pliers or something. I just stole these from my husband's toolbox to uncoil that planner. So for the people that are wanting to uncoil their planner to like put a bigger coil in, or to combine two planners or something like that. Something where you want the planner to stay intact, not like us, you know, where I'm taking this out to repunch it, so I don't really care what order this goes in because I'm only going to take out the pages I want anyways. But say you were wanting to put a bigger coil in here or something and you want this to all stay together, before you uncoil it, you need to get like those like alligator clamps, or you can just take, which I think this would work too, is like one of the Erin Condren bands and put it around the planner. You want something that holds this planner together. So just a little tidbit before you get started. But if you're just doing like what I'm doing and you want to uncoil to punch it, you don't have to worry about that. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing I do is I take my planner, and I tried this at work without pliers, and it was really hard. Actually, it's really funny because I work in the medical field, and I was like, shoot, I was watching this and the girl's like, yeah, you need to get pliers. And I was like, oh, I'm at work, I don't have any pliers. I got some like surgical like hemostats, and it actually really worked really well. So you just need something to bend that into the coil and straighten it out, because their coils are really strong and that's what keeps your planner from falling apart. So you want to do it on both sides of the coil, and I kind of try to like straighten it in the direction of the coil. That kind of helps a little, I think. I didn't think this part was too hard. A lot of people think it's a pain in the butt, but anyways. And so then after you get that, you just literally pick which way you want to go. And it's kind of hard to get started, but I kind of just like twist. Of course, this isn't going to happen. You know what? Take my covers off first because those come off. I didn't think about that. Okay. There, that's probably gonna be easier. So the first one, I think if I remember right, is a little bit hard. Whoops, wrong way. Let's see, let me try to go this way and see if this one comes out easier. There we go. So you just kind of pull it. Oh, and I kind of bent that one, but. So my last one went a little bit better. I think the hemostat must have worked better. You need to have this more in a curve. There we go. Yeah, as long as you can get that like pulled through there. All right, my battery is dying, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish uncoiling this. It's gonna take me a little bit, and then I will be right back to show you how to do the paper part. Okay, I don't know if my battery is gonna last very long, so I'm gonna do what I can and then might have to take another break, but I separated out the pages I'm gonna use with the pages I'm not. I got the coil off. It wasn't too bad. It took me like maybe 5 minutes. But yeah, I took out like the month pages because I'm not gonna use them, and then I just brought in what I'm gonna use. Some of these like back pages, like I won't use this one. I'll probably put like I'll cover it with like plain sticker paper and then put like a journaling card or something on it, but I just wanted it for the like the week views. And then I like this little vellum page, so I have a hefty little stack here, and then I grabbed the pocket folder too, just because I always like these pocket folders. All right, so you will need to grab a pencil and then some kind of ruler, which I like the ruler that comes on my little cutter. It's handy because I already have these strips cut, so I already know the measurements. But basically what you're gonna wanna do is I'm gonna take like a weekly page. So basically I want my sticker paper to go right over the holes. And I want like maybe a little bit of a gap. So basically, I just took my ruler, which this one's gonna be kind of hard to do on here to show, but let me see if I can get it. So I just took my ruler and then I just tried to like, actually I can use the lines at the bottom. So I'm gonna just start at the 8 here because it's easier to measure. But basically I just want to kind of see where I clear those holes, and it looks like it is right under a 1/2 inch. You could do half if you want, but I don't want it overlapping this guy. So, okay, I'm not explaining this very well. So it's basically like 1/3 of an inch, right? Would that be 1/3? Because there's a quarter. Yeah, I think it's like 1/3 of an inch. Let's see what it comes out to be. This one that I have done. Yeah, it comes out to be a little more than 3/4 of an inch. I don't know what that measurement would be right there. Whatever the mark is between the 3/4 and the inch, if that makes sense. I can't remember exactly what the measurement was because, well, I mean, I have it right here. I can't remember exactly how I did it when I first started, but I cut a whole bunch of strips. So, and then my strip length was, I just measured the length of the paper. So basically the whole, you guys can get a ruler and measure to see what you want, but basically you're gonna want this, whatever width you want to cover the holes here, you're gonna wanna double it because it's then going to wrap around your coil holes. Does that make sense? Let me just do one real quick and I'll show you. So this is one that I already have cut. So I'm taking the backing off of my sticker paper. And in my planner from last year, like some of them I did really good, like lining it up, and some of them not so much. So I'm just going to kind of place this on here, and I'm gonna kind of snug up to the full boxes, but I'm not going to touch them. So you guys can just kind of do whatever works for you. And this one was a little bit short, which it doesn't matter because I'm gonna punch it, and so it's fine if it's a little bit short. And so then you have your sticker paper like this. Let's see if this one is measured right. And then you just, I kind of start in the middle, and you just want to kind of fold it over, and then I just go one direction and kind of fold and press at the same time. Perfect. And we'll do it the other way. And you kind of want to fold it in and keep it like tight along there. But look how good that one turned out. Like, it's not touching the boxes on that side, and it's not touching the boxes on that side. So basically, I mean, it doesn't hurt anything if it overlaps the box, but if you're a person that likes to plan using the boxes, you're not going to want it to cover up. You just want to cover the coil holes. So yeah, this strip that I used was like just above 3/4 of an inch. So if you did 3/4 of an inch, I think you would be fine. You would have enough to cover the coils. You might just have to play with it a little bit. So what you could do is you could take like one of the planner pages that you're not going to use, and you could practice on that one to make sure your strips are cut at the right width. So once you have a strip template, like a good size, then use that to make your other ones. And I can't remember this paper, can't remember which side is the back on this paper that I have. Hey guys, I am back. Sorry that my camera died the other day, and so I never got around to finishing this little project. So I'm back today, and I am so sorry. I have a sore throat, so my voice sounds like really manly. So in the meantime, I had kind of covered some of these, which you can see my measurements were a little bit off because it's a little bit short, which it doesn't bother me. It's still gonna punch and it's still gonna work the same way. It's just that I cut my paper a little short. So I don't know if I explained it very well the first time around. So I'm gonna try this again because I have to cut some more strips. So, I'm sorry, I feel like I can't like swallow. Let me get myself situated here. Let me grab a fresh sheet of labels. Still got my cutter. Because I still have several pages to go. Okay. So I think the width was pretty good, the width of the strip, but the length was just a little bit short. So I will keep this one for reference for the width. As far as the length, okay. You don't even have to measure this like with a ruler. You can just use your planner page. That way, if you guys aren't using an Erin Condren, you can use whatever planner you have to get the most accurate measurement. So I'm just gonna line it up with my sticker paper here. Oops, sorry if you can see that. Let me zoom you out a little bit, maybe Maybe that'll help. All right, so I got my pencil, and then I'm just gonna put a line right above that. And so then I know when to cut. I'm just gonna cut right below that little line because I know I don't want it to be too long, which you can always cut off the overhang if you want, but yeah, as long as you get it pretty close. And like I said, even the pages that were short, like you can see that little lip sticking out, it still will punch and it still is gonna go in your planner. The only difference is you're just gonna see that little half a hole sticking out the bottom, but it's not gonna change the functionality whatsoever. Okay, so then I have my line here that I made. So I'm gonna cut just slightly below it. And then this little extra piece, it's actually not long enough to do the strips. Oh boy, it looks long enough. Oh, that's why these ones are short, I think, because I cut them from this and it's not long enough. So this one I just like save for something else. Okay, and then as far as the width of it, I am gonna kind of use my ruler for this one because I think, yeah, this was like right at, it's the, I don't know, let me see if I can, I don't know, I'm not good with this, with the numbers, I just eyeball it. But there's like the 1 inch and then the 3/4 inch, it's that little dash right in between. So whatever that would be, is it like the 0.8 or, no, that's not right, because 0.75, I don't know. Whatever that little dash is, right between the 1 and the 3/4, that is the width on my ruler that works for the Erin Condren. So I was kind of showing, but a good way to tell if you are just starting this project for the first time is you hold your paper up. Let's see, we're gonna cut our strips this way. You just kind of hold your paper up and you want it to cover the holes, but I like to butt it right up against those dotted boxes on the Erin Condren. And then you can just measure, you can make a line or something, just measure how long that is and then just double it. So I keep 1 strip, that way I know, so I don't have to go back and figure up the width. But basically you just need to figure out, and you can even take a ruler. I don't have like a separate ruler, that's why this isn't like super easy for me, but you can just take a ruler too, and you can like measure, you know, what width that is, and then just double it for your strip because you're gonna fold it over. Does that make sense? I hope so. I hope this isn't too confusing. I feel like I can't explain it very well, but okay, I think that's what I did on the last one. See, if I turn this paper this way, look how off it is. It's like exactly what was happening to me. It's because I cut the strips the wrong way. They need to be this way. And even then, I think they're just a smidge too long. I'm gonna trim just a little bit more down, like barely any. Yep, I think that's exactly what I did. I just turned my paper the wrong way. So before you start cutting your strips, if you don't want it to be off, just double check. Oops. Just double check that you are cutting. So I'm gonna be cutting the strips this way to go with the paper. So I'm gonna put them in, and I use my that little mark that I was showing you between the 1 and the 3/4, and then I just start cutting. So I'm gonna do a bunch of these. I don't know how many I have left, how many pages. I would say at least 20 to 30. So I'm probably gonna do a couple sheets of these. And if I have extra, that's fine. That's what happened last time. I had extra. And I just stashed them with my cutter. And then, you know, when I got out this year, this project to do, I had some strips already made, so it's kind of nice. So instead of going back and trying to remember how I measured and did that and figured out the dimensions, I just used the strips I already had as a template. So that's a little trick too. So don't worry about if you cut extra. If you do, don't throw them away. Save them just in case you want to recoil or repunch a planner again. And then you have it. Okay. I can't remember if this comes out evenly or not. Like if I get an even number of strips. Let's see. You know I can get at least one more. Nope, it's gonna be a little too short. Okay, that's fine. All right, so let me go ahead really quickly. I'm gonna do another sheet of these just because I know I'm gonna need at least this many. So I'll go ahead and just do 2 sheets of these. All right, so now I've got a good pile of strips here. So I'm gonna go ahead and start putting these on my pages. And this is a little tedious. I've had so many people say, oh my gosh, I would never do that. That seems like so time consuming and such a pain. Honestly, I don't mind it. Like usually I just sit here and listen to like some music or an audiobook and just, you know, go to work. Yeah, and I don't mind it. But if you don't like tedious little projects, I guess it's not really that tedious. I don't know, it's just repetitive. You might not like this, but I enjoy doing it. I was like, man, I wish I could just like have a service of like repunching Erin Condren planners for people, because I really like doing it. Like it doesn't bother me at all. And then once you get your strips cut, I think that's most frustrating, is just getting the measurements lined up. Once you get it cut, and it's just like a machine, you know? So anyways, yeah, I just usually put something on and sit here and put my strips down. So I'm gonna test one first before I get on a roll too much. Just make sure. Look at that, that's perfect. So yeah, I think I just turned it wrong the last time when I cut it, so. Oops, and then I usually turn it towards me, and then I fold it over, and then I kind of just like press it and smooth it as I go along. Now on the month view, I'm not gonna use the month view, so it doesn't matter as much, but if this were another weekly box, like with the dotted edges here, I would try not to overlap that, because I like to have those like lines to go off of when I'm doing my planner spreads. But if I do, it's not that big of a deal. So, but yeah, I think it looks like we have equal distance with our labels on both sides. I think these measurements are really good. And the other thing is, when you're getting down to running out of strips, save one, so you have a template again before you cut more. So, all right, I'm gonna do some of these so you guys can watch and see how I do it. After a couple, you will definitely know the drill, and then I'll be back here soon and we will chat, and I'll show you the punching part. All right, guys, I am all done with the labeling. I don't know how long that took me, maybe half an hour, not even half an hour. I mean, from like start to finish, maybe. But yeah, what is going on with this page? Oh, it's the notes. It's the little tab. That's why I was like, why is that not flat? Yeah, I've got all my edges on. Looks great. So I did punch one to kind of test it. So I got this A5 punch from Michaels. I think it's a Recollections. Yeah, it's the one with the three, it's got the 6 holes, the 3 on each side, because you want it to look like that if you're fitting it into an A5. I don't know if there are other punches for other things. I don't know, I'm not for sure. I just know that I have an A5 planner, and that's what works for me. So I have my Carpe Diem A5 planner here. I'm gonna just take out the pages for right now, because it'll be easier to show without that stuff in there. Okay. So got my rings, and so I punched one, and I just want to lay it in here and just make sure, you know, I make sure I have a border. I think on the ones I did last year, I punched them. Oh no, they're okay. But I punched them, it's a little off. I don't know if you can tell, this one's a little bit lower. The thing with this punch is there's no, like when you put your page in, it can slide up and down. And yeah. So I think I just kind of eyeballed it and centered it for this one, if I remember right. So it's kind of tricky. And then the thing is, once you punch one, you kind of want to punch them all the same, you know, so they all lay together. So that's the only thing I don't like about this punch. I wish it had like a stopper, like you could just like slide it in and it would like stop, and that's where you punched it, but it doesn't. So there's some like little marks on here. So I just kind of look at the top and bottom mark. Let's see if I can do this at this angle. And I just kind of put my page in there, and then I just kind of center it between the top and bottom mark. So sometimes it's easier to stand up when I do this. and just make sure I've got some on the top, some on the bottom, and then I punch it. And then let's just hope that it lines up. It does, pretty much. Okay, so this part shouldn't take very long. It's just kind of like, just because you have to kind of stand up and make sure it works. It's just kind of annoying, but anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and punch all these, and then I'll show you what it looks like when it's all done. I'm gonna try to do a couple together. I've never tried that before. Oh no, that's not gonna work. Okay, that's 3. Let me see if I can do 2. I was just thinking, maybe this will speed this up. It's a little bit tougher, but yeah, I'm gonna do it in 2s. Okay guys, I'm all done punching and I have all my sheets. Now I'm sure there's gonna be some that aren't completely lined up because it's hard to be 100%, but for the most part, I think they'll be pretty good. So I'm just gonna grab like a section of pages, which those ones all look pretty good. And I'm just gonna stick them in my binder. Now, if you have a whole entire Erin Condren planner, it is not gonna fit in a Carpe Diem A5 binder. I don't know about Webster or KKK or any of the other ones, but I know from personal experience, I would say without stickers, you know, an empty planner, I would say you could maybe fit 6 months in there. I think you could do 6 months. And then with stickers, maybe 4 months or so is what I've had in there. So I don't know how long this planner was. It was like maybe, I don't know. With taking out some of the pages and stuff, I would say I maybe have 6 months in here, and it fits. It's a little tight. I don't think I could get any more in here. I think that's kind of the max. And then once I start putting stickers in here, after my months are done, like a whole month, I'll probably take it out because it's gonna get a little bit full with stickers. But yeah, it fits pretty well. So the pages still do kind of stick out, and I think that's just because I have so many in here. So let's see if we would just do like, let's do that many. Okay, so it still sticks out, but not as bad. Like, I don't mind that. My old one, like the, show you. This year's, the 2018 one, it stuck out as well. It just had the tabs on it. So yeah, I don't think it's bad. And when you have it open, it fits perfectly. Like these pages fit so good in the A5. So what I will probably do at the start of the year is I'll probably just take half of this, and I'll just put half in here. Now I'll have my like pocket and like all my notes pages and stuff because I will use those kind of throughout the year. But as far as like the weekly parts go, I'm just gonna have half of those in here so it'll like not be too full and it'll still lay nice and flat and all that good stuff. So anyways, I hope this tutorial helped you. I've had a lot of requests because I've been using my punched Erin Condren. Oh gosh, when did I start that? Like June maybe of last year? I don't remember, but I've been using it for a while, and like I will post pictures of this and everyone's like, how'd you get your Erin Condren on a ringed planner? A lot of people thought I bought it like that. I did not. So this is the process that I went through to do it. So I hope this helps you guys. If you are doing this and you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I have my Instagram linked below. I'm a little more responsive on Instagram than YouTube. And I do work nights, so if you message me during the day and you don't hear back, just give me a little bit of time because I sleep during the day. Here in the US, I'm a little bit backwards from most people in the US. But yeah, if you guys have any questions while you're doing it, just holler at me. Let me know. I will reference another video of how to do this down in the description box. I think her video is very good. That's the one I went off of. I don't know if I'm as good at her as doing these tutorial videos. So if you are confused by mine, you can reference hers. Maybe she explains a little bit better. But anyways, I love my planner like this. I love Erin Condren planners. I've been using them for like 10 years. I've been decorating them, or doing like decorative style for like a little over a year. And the biggest thing with Erin Condren was I hated writing on Wednesday because of the coil. Like my handwriting, like it looked so pretty and then it would just get like all jacked up on Wednesday. I just hated that. And then it like, I don't know. I just feel like the coil just got in the way. So I love being able to take the page out, do my planning, and then I can just pop it right back in really easily. And then I like the fact that you can like kind of reorganize your pages. So like I said, for this this year I'm not using the monthly, so I could reorganize it just for the weeklies, which I'm probably gonna actually tape these pages together so it just becomes like one page. That's good, because this is just gonna be a weekly planner for me. So that's my plan. Again, hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, give me a thumbs up or let me know in the comments. I would appreciate if you guys subscribe to my channel. That would be so awesome, and you guys can see when I come out with more planner or book related stuff. And until next time, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.